It's good to see you. Welcome, Flo, Vicky. It's very nice to see you. So I will be speaking exactly about what we've seen now. We saw the report of True Mother's ending of the 40-day course to Canaan that ended in New York in the last big rally of the clergy, of the Christian leaders. And this is exactly what we should be talking about, because this is like the biggest thing that just happened as we also enter this new year of 2020. And I think we're going to give a topic to the message for today. It could be maybe understanding True Mother on a deeper level, or to try to see further beyond just the magnificence of the accomplishments done, and the extent of the big victories, continental restoration and 7 nations restored. This foundation that True Mother has been fulfilling and doing, basically taking the providence all on her shoulders and leading the way for us. So I want to, on foundation of also the video report that we saw, and also of the report giving to us the 16th letter reporting the last event. So I want to read, we saw now True Mother's speech on that event. So I want to read the last part of that speech, and also last remarks given by our dear brother that was with accompanying True Mother the whole time. And he's been the one sending us all these reports so we can feel very close to True Mother as the whole process was going along. So we'll start by reading the last part of True Mother's speech, and then some final remarks. So this starts when True Mother was saying, "I want to believe in you, Christian clergy." So let's read along. "I want to believe in you, members of the clergy who have gathered here from all over the world in particular. You are the righteous people prepared by heaven in this age. What is the mission of righteous people? You should be able to embrace the nation and world with true love, living for the sake of others, instead of living only for yourself. This is what the true mother, the only begotten daughter, is doing. I am guiding fallen people to become heavenly parents' children through the blessing. You must know that this has been the long-awaited hope and dream of humankind for 6,000 years, and it is also our heavenly parents' desire. True Mother, the only begotten daughter, is guiding a new era and a new providence. This is the 7th year of Chanilguk. Now you must take the lead. When we think of the 7.6 billion people of the world, we cannot turn a blind eye to the children whom the Heavenly Parent wants to embrace. I sincerely hope that you become the righteous people, clergymen and clergywomen, and leaders who can guide people to become Heavenly Parents' children in the shortest possible time. In so doing, please remember that the founding of the World Clergy Leadership Conference, which will bring your individual foundation into unity, is the way to realize Heavenly Parents' dream and humankind's hope in the shortest time. I pray that you will all become the righteous people and clergy standing in the vanguard, and that will not look back but run forward." So with this, True Mother ended her words, mentioning 2 times about, this is the way to substantialize it this time, and this is also the shortest way to fulfilling it, through this World Clergy Conference, and through this new organization that True Mother has founded. And also she mentioned in the last remarks that she gave that, we have to continue looking forward, not looking back, and continue moving on with her. So, it's not just the fact that True Mother had this huge vision, like the Prophet was saying, this magnificent vision to bring peace, but True Mother has brought the clear path in doing so. So she's not just, it's not just on a level of foundation of faith, just, saying this, having this idealistic kind of vision to do, but True Mother is clearly also substantializing it right in front of our eyes and telling us which way is the shortest way to follow in order to get so. And you know, this is something that True Mother have shown us throughout this whole course of 40 days, and many other points. And I think to try to understand better, of course, if we saw the speech itself, we could see how much of True Mother's emotion was also engulfed in that speech she was giving, because it wasn't just another event for her. It was something that was basically closing a big circle, not just of the 7 years that she has passed, like from the ascension of True Father, but also it's been like really a culmination of also True Mother's whole entire life in a way, and closing a big chapter in the providence. And when True Mother mentions this is the shortest way, is because even in True Parent's life, we weren't able to go in the shortest path. So we could have been in this kind of same position that we're standing today, also in the past. And what happened was that Christianity actually did not accept True Parents when, you know, and once they did not, we had to go in a much longer course. So that was around after the big indemnity the world has paid after World War II. That was the right time for actually the world Christianity to accept True Parents. And then within the course of 7 years, we could have reached exactly this point, right? So 1952. However, you know, once we don't take the shortest course, then things get even longer. So already we gave, you know, already God had to wait for 6,000 years. And he wanted it, you know, when he wanted to bring his only begotten son and only begotten daughter, he wanted to, already on the foundation of 2,000 years of suffering after also Jesus passing, to be able to move forward without prolonging the course even longer. But unfortunately, this is what happens when we don't take the shortest course and the shortest route. So despite even that kind of a failure, you know, True Parents, both True Father, True Mother had to go in this kind of course to, again, from zero, build that foundation of Christianity until this point of us seeing actually the, you know, the world representing Christian clergy, big prophets, you know, also with very big followings of millions of people, thousands of people, are clearly testifying about True Mother. And one thing that we can see in the people that are coming and testifying, it's again, it's not just like an event that we just want to checkmark that it happened. You know, it was the day before this big event also, like a starting session where very clearly everyone explains the vision, the past failure, what needs to be done today to all the Christian leaders. Yeah, 1,000 clergy, Christian leaders sitting there and hearing the explanation how Christianity actually failed, and also in the full speech of the True Mother, also touching upon very sensitive points, talking about how they could not fully understand Jesus, and how today's Christianity that is totally you know, separated by denominations, how they do not see God's kind of hope and vision, and how they treat the image of Jesus, how they're trying to receive the salvation from Jesus, the Jesus that went through the cross, and also the failure of his mother, the failure of Jewish people also in accepting Jesus at that time. So, you know, everything was very much clear. There were not explanations left aside. True Mother is not being honest with closer people, and with some people she's leaving some explanations out. Everything was very clear from beginning to end. And the Christian leaders who also signed in the end, who heard everything very clearly, they were fully supporting True Mother. And one thing that we could see in this example is actually figures that are in the position of John the Baptist, that are supposed to testify the right moment and the right timing about True Parents, and they actually did that. And we can see, you know, when they're saying that after the two prophets that were preparing the audience to hear True Mother, and that's the timing, you know, when a true prophet that is in the position of John the Baptist, he needs to do his part. Okay, for that specific timing. And that's what they did. They poured their heart, explaining to everyone and preparing all their life foundation, okay, offering it completely to God. Honestly and very clearly also, not leaving aside, not just showing respect to two parents, but explaining who exactly two parents are and what we need to do, and preparing and setting the foundation. Thanks to them, the people can actually receive with the right heart, the heart to accept two parents' words, even though true mother can say after that things that might be very difficult for them to digest, right? So we'll read a bit of the closing remarks of our brother, who also through this 40 days, he was so near to true mother that he could really understand and capture many points. And I think we can learn a lot from his experience too. So this is after true mother's speech, and he's giving us kind of some summary of that day. True mother's tears were flowing the whole time she was speaking. In all those years attending her, I have never seen her cry this much. Her sobs touched the deepest recesses of my heart. True mother's tears went from heart to heart, not only to mine, but to the hearts of all those who were attending, even reaching those who could not listen closely. We know very well that there are incalculable and profound reason for mother's tears. Two parents loved and visited America throughout their lives as firefighters and doctors, yet they had to go through persecution, including father's imprisonment in Danbury. Mother endured to father's holy ascension and much suffering in its aftermath. Mother felt pain from her children, including us, who could not understand her. Moreover, there was her course of 7 years she walked alone, believing in national restoration, and the entire journey of the 40-day cosmic Canaan course for the firm establishment of Choneguk. All of these times and stories are melted into her tears. Personally, when she mentioned the holy wedding of True Father and True Mother, when she mentioned True Father's name with a strong and desperate voice, Sun Myung Moon, when she said these 3 words, Sun Myung Moon, my heart was painfully torn apart, and all I could do was left my tears flowing. As True Father has also said, it is possible to shake the world with just the 3 words of his name. It is the name that has received so much persecution from Christians. And today, thanks to True Mother, that name has been recognized as a holy name in front of Christian clergymen and women gathered from all around the world. Just how happy would True Father be watching this moment from the spirit world? I couldn't stop thinking of True Father's face, smiling so joyfully that his eyes could not be seen. Especially Chairman Lung Rose and Archbishop Stallings created a duet ensemble repeating yes and amen. Every time True Mother showed her tears, we looked at each other and also let our tears flow. We were brothers, one in heart. Beloved leaders and blessed families, who is the one completing True Father's legacy? Who is delivering the True Father's heart, Shimjung, to us? Yes, it is True Mother. Then who can say to True Mother she's walking a different path from True Father? Who can say she's seeking to evaluate herself, leaving True Father behind? True Father is True Mother's sole vision. Completing True Father's legacy is all she sees, because our True Mother is one with our True Father. I heard from Wongju McDavid later that during the stay in East Garden, True Mother spent a lot of time in True Father's library. Wongju McDavid would open the door quietly to see her sitting there in silence for hours. We do not know whether Mother was offering devotions or meditating. She would not move from where she was seated. After listening to True Mother's speech, I feel I understood the reason. After True Mother spoke, second-generation children presented her with lovely bouquets of flowers. There followed the historic inauguration of the World Clergy Leadership Conference. First, some 40 people representing each continent of each region came up onto stage with True Mother in the center. ACLC co-chairman Dr. Kim Ki-hoon and Prophet Radib then presented True Mother with the WCLC founding resolution, which had been adopted by the conference participating the previous day. This was followed by the historic ceremony of Mother attending her final signature to the document. Mother then personally bestowed medals and plaques on the 13 members of the WCLC steering committee. These medals and plaques are holy items, which Mother had instructed to prepare with great care before she departed on her speaking tour. True Mother, the substantial Holy Spirit and only begotten daughter, presented the medals and assignment to each person with all her heart, warmth, and love, indemnifying and embracing with love the past 2,000 years of Christian history. It seemed to me that True Mother had bestowed on them with the earnest heart that from now they would become the true messengers of the Holy Spirit, centering on True Mother. Mother sounded the gong 3 times to announce the founding of the last historic WCLC with the ringing of the gong. The mission of the Holy Spirit Association for the Unification of World Christianity was substantialized by the inauguration of World Clergy Leadership Conference. It's also, after the failure of Christianity to accept true parents, then there was actually the unfortunate need to actually create the Holy Spirit Association for the World, for the Unification of World Christianity at that time in 1952, was it? 54, right? And this was never actually God's original intention. Later known as even Unification Church, that name. Yeah. So why did your parents have to? Why did your father have to create that? Of course, we can see in the name that the purpose from the start was to unite Christianity, centering on true parents from the beginning. Of course, this name has received a lot of persecution, and true parents, true father has been through a course of basically receiving persecution in every form and level, up to even the point of going to Hunnam and being in Danbury prison and many parts on the way. And and one thing we can see with True Mother is that, again, she's not trying to build her own legacy in this kind of course. And for her, it's most kind of unfortunate that she had to continuously take that role of John the Baptist and testify about herself. But True Mother never, she was never looking for that kind of position of worship by anyone. But we can see that finally she was able to, after a very long time, to bring to a close something that True Father started. She was very young at that time. True Mother was born in 1943. Christianity failed in 1945. She was 2 years old at that time. Okay, and after that, in 1954, True Father, established the Holy Spirit Association. And then this finally, how many years after, from 54 to now? Now we're bringing it. Now True Mother has brought it to a close, coming very clearly in front of Christianity, all of the Christianity representative leaders around the world, and really winning their heart in this kind of opportunity, and through that, finally kind of fulfilling what True Father started. So again, True Mother is not building her legacy, but we can see how much her heart just was earning to complete what True Father started. And not because, again, because True Father and True Mother actually one in heart, because they are the true parents, and because they are working together. True Father is, is not, he's in the spirit world, and True Mother is substantially here on earth with us, but they're completely working together, and they're completely showing us substantial true parents and God, right? Our true parent, heavenly parent. They're actually showing us his heart on earth. And this is something that, with True Mother's continuous tears flowing, we can see how much this was hard for her also, the course, but how much she was happy she was able to finally bring it to happen during this 7-year course, especially in the beginning. We're all lost, right? We didn't know where we're heading. And when she set those amazing goals, when she said 7 nations, national restoration, we didn't know if it's possible. We didn't, maybe if we're honest, we didn't really believe it's achievable, but we've seen it in our eyes in just the past 40 days, even to an extent we didn't imagine could be achieved, like also regional restoration. And it feels also very fitting that it comes from Africa, like our prophet was saying, that it's like the motherland. Also historically, human beings started from Africa, originating from the past, and Africa really was hurt and kind of paying so much indemnity throughout history, and still to this day. But then kind of the restoration and the beginning of coming back to God through True Mother, through connecting to the mother's womb, is actually happening through the African continent. So that is really, it just feels like it's the correct way. And all this offerings that True Mother made, basically meant to be offered to heaven, right? As a very substantial part in moving towards that dream that we all have, that is God's dream and all of our dreams, and True Parents' dream from long years ago. So imagine the amount of joy and also all this the feelings that True Mother had up there, standing in front of everyone and crying while giving her talk, concluding something that actually started around the time when she was born, fulfilling something that unfortunately could have been done so long ago. But it shows that always the process can be prolonged, but we should follow True Parents and make it the shortest path possible, because Heavenly Parent is basically waiting. He's waiting for us to come back, and then every time we prolong it, we make it more complicated. We make someone has to offer more indemnity, bigger indemnity. And there's when people have to go through such suffering, people have to die, the course gets longer, another war happens, many more people lives are lost, and True Parents come and give us this great vision, and through them we can understand why so many people lost their lives and why history went in that course and what could have prevented it. We can see that it wasn't like meaningless. It's not just people that lost their lives. It's not just countries that were completely suffering. And thanks to, again, when we suffer also in our life, when something bad happens, we can look at it just as bad, maybe bad karma, bad luck. We just were unfortunate, but it's really up to us if we take that and we use it as an offering to God to move forward. So suffering, True Parents take all of humanity's suffering, all the 7.6 billion people of the world, and they take that as a condition to actually move forward. And this is something that only True Parents can do. But also us in our own life, we need to continue moving forward. And I think at this time, especially when things are moving forward, when we get to attend the big event that is going to happen soon, marking the 100 years from True Father's birth, 77 years of True Mother, 60 years since the holy wedding anniversary, we should have this kind of attitude attending, not just of having this regret, not just thinking what could have we done before, not looking back and turning into a pillar of salt like Lot's wife in Sodom and Gomorrah, right? But to connect the vision as much as possible, and to actually look forward, and to put all our efforts in going forward and not looking backwards. And True Mother, she's not having any feeling left in her heart that, I did it all by myself and you didn't help me. Her heart is basically of gratitude to us and love to us as children. and her love is kind of infinite, and that's what also won all the people listening to her. And it's the same love that goes to everyone, because everyone is children in front of her. And that is also something that won, the prophet's hearts also were deep in the beginning. He couldn't just connect to the vision immediately. He couldn't accept True Mother from the start. Also for him it was hard, but True Mother kind of, with this motherly heart and love, basically won his complete filial heart that he developed over the time. So to become also, when we need to become John Baptist figures, it's never easy. So it's not like, also in his course, it was just very easy to take all your foundation and also the glory you have in your position and to offer it in the right moment. It's something that is actually very hard. And the timing is main key, but also these kind of Cain type feelings that fill your heart in that moment, saying that no, if that person goes up, I go down. But he developed that heart, that filial chansong in his heart, and we saw him speak time and again since the events in Africa. In every event he comes, he actually speaks as a John Baptist figure, preparing people to receive True Mother, and he's done it in the most amazing way, most honest, most clear, and in a very beautiful way each time he's been doing it. So just some remarks from True Mother's way back from that rally. True Mother's tears did not stop even in the car on the way back after the event. Beloved leaders and blessed families, we should reflect on the meaning of True Mother's tears. We should engrave their meaning in our hearts. We should know that True Mother's unstoppable tears are Heavenly Parent's tears and True Father's tears. Those tears resonate together. That is why even after 6 hours have passed from the conclusion of the event, I am still in my Thai writing this letter. Tomorrow, with the closing victory celebration, True Mother will return to the palace in Korea. And this will be the conclusion of the 40-day Cosmic Canaan course for the firm establishment of Chanuguk. However, she's not returning to relax. She's returning to offer 40 days of devotion for the upcoming 2020 events. I ask each one of you, leaders and blessed family members, to offer devotions for True Mother's health and safe return. And finally, through this letter, I would like to ask one favor of you. At least at this very moment, observe your breathing and think about True Mother's heart, Shimjong, how she would have felt today. And once more, read her letter to True Father. So there's also the letter to True Father. We've read it a few times before. So his suggestion is also to read the letter again now, after having kind of this foundation of witnessing all of the events. This will also help us resonate better with and understand True Mother's heart, kind of showing us the beginning point of how she was feeling in the beginning of that way. And so now we're in this kind of period of 40 days before the events happening in Korea. We also have some events locally beforehand, 24th of this month, also in the north. And I'm sure maybe some more check marks beforehand. But in our hearts, I think we should try as best to resonate with True Mother's heart. And through also maybe reading the various letters remarking this 40-day tour, also reading True Mother's letter to True Father, and just trying to reflect in our prayer what True Mother has been through in the past 7 years, but not just that, throughout her entire life, and how we can be standing on that day with the right heart as kind of filial children in front of True Mother, giving her love and support, and doing what she asked us to do, to look forward and to try to walk in the path that makes things the shortest, so we can fulfill God's dream, True Parents' dream, True Mother's dream, and our dream, basically. So I think I will not add any further remarks. Maybe later we can hear some more. We'll close at this point. So thank you everyone for your listening and attention.
Thank you so much, Corey, helping us continue our process of understanding at this time. Let's sing together song number 10. If I could ask, maybe Yavi, you could pray afterwards. Thank you. Shisha. Now I have come to know, I've truly come to know, Father, how your heart is filled with tears. For your altar stands and waits for an offering never made. He cries through all the ages, for still no offering comes. Our Father cries in loneliness, for he cannot share his heart. Now I have come to know, I've truly come to know. Father, now I know your blessed grace. For you raised me from the darkness and gave to me new life. I live and stand before you, but now you cry again. My Father has to say to me, go and die now in my place. Now pledging I will go, determined I will go. Father, now I'm changing to your way. For no other will I follow, but go my Father's way. Upon your waiting altar, I kneel without a word. My life shall be the sacrifice I will faithfully obey.
Please join me in prayer. Our most precious and beloved Heavenly Parent and two parents, good morning. Thank you so much for letting us gather all together here in this Shojon Center here in Jerusalem with a beautiful morning together with our beautiful brothers and sisters, our precious family here, being able to start this Saturday service of this first months of January in this year of 2020, and be able to receive your grace and your blessing, and to have this amazing opportunity to also see and reflect the amazing things that our true mother is doing, especially in America. Uh, the World Clergy Leadership Conference, and really having world top level leaders coming and receiving her, and really after all the years that our two parents have suffered in America, really turning the situation 180 degrees and having them welcoming her and attending her and listening to her words, really promising to follow her. This is a truly amazing thing to witness, and we feel not worthy to be at this time and age, and that we do not do enough. We are still very small here in Israel, but we wish to inherit this heart and to really do our best, whatever we can, to absolutely follow you obediently, whatever you might say, and that we can support our true mother through our work here in Israel, first and second and third Israel uniting as one. We wish to do our best and to really become your filial sons and daughters, Heavenly Parent. Thank you so much for letting us gather here together and be able to attend you. And we wish to welcome you in our family and in our community and to really cherish this precious moment in time and to be happy and joyful and invite you to be happy and joyful with us and work together with us towards your vision, Heavenly Parent, and that we can support our true mother and unite with her at this very precious moment in time of history. I pray in my name. יביא על בן צבי משפחה של בן צבי, אשר שתשתי ניצחון ובצור מתים. Adieu.
Thank you very much, Abby. Let's continue in unison prayer. 우리의 손도 오늘로서는 동기 인어서 봐줘서 동길이 오라 이별에 서리는 동이 이 나라 자는데 동이었소 동이오라. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today for today's Saturday service. Thank you, everyone, also on Zoom. Would like to actually announce or invite our wonderful sister Vicky, who's joining us, to explain why she's here. Introduce herself.
Hello. I feel a bit awkward. Okay, so I don't know how much Yavi told you. Okay, my name is Vicky. I am 21 years old. My mother is French, my father is Czech, and I live in Prague in the Czech Republic. Yes, I am much to Yavi. Yes, I am a student, so I study hospitality management in Prague, and I'm in my second year. And I finished 2 years of STF 2018, and I became CARP and YSP leader. And yes, yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you.
Welcome. Now I would like to invite up our national leader, Hon Prince, to give some words.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to add up to the nice introduction of Vicky. You've all met her mom when she came here, right? She's responsible for witnessing all over the European, the greater heavenly Europe and Middle East. So she's busy going to different countries. Sometime Vicky had a chance to travel together with mom together as a family. And also, I personally deeply respect Vicky because I feel, you know, in her relatively young age, but she have led an exemplary life, a public life. And she not only, as you mentioned, STF, but also leading the activities in her country. She took a lot of responsibilities on her shoulder. And as any of you have taken similar responsibilities, you know, it's kind of lonely position sometimes. And but leading CARP and leading YSP successfully. And so it is important, and she feels here that we are the extended family here. So never alone again, right? We are all one part and we support each other. So I think beyond just the wonderful and happiness of creating a new blessed family for Heavenly Parent and True Parents, I think also we can link the nations and help each other and have a greater vision than just one country. So this is kind of what I feel beyond this. It's beyond the personal. There is a great possibility for future countries to work together. So we are very happy, very grateful for you to be here. A couple of points. We are now beginning the 2020. And we remember True Mother's slogan after the ascension of True Father. She said, there is no stopping. I like to not only to follow that, but to begin this year by saying, let's accelerate. Okay, it's not only not stopping, but we have to accelerate. In other words, 7 years have passed, 7 years where we had to rebalance ourselves, regain our focus. But it is so clear what we have to do right now. If we restored 7 nations, what do you think will come? Like an order, please rest now and relax? No, we understand that this is what we need to do everywhere, and we have to think about our own portion of responsibility here in restoring this nation. As big as it might sound, it doesn't matter. What matters is our determination. If we have it, then more people will come, more people will join. So immediately after, you know, these events of True Mother, I felt that we should do something here in Israel, even before the big events of February in Korea. And we want to celebrate already on the 24th, our True Father's centennial, 100th year for True Father's birth, 77 years for True Mother's birth, and the 60 years for the Holy Wedding. So we will do it. We will do it in Yad Lebanim, in Dalit El Carmel. We already approached them, and our pioneer mobilization team, headed by Rosa and Adi and Irit, they already made the contact, and we received the place. So we have very short time to mobilize people, but please think about that and let's think together, not as an event. We've done many events, but an opportunity. It's an opportunity. We want to give people an opportunity to celebrate the birth of two parents. And of course, the level of understanding might vary from person to person, but think about it. If we bring people to the place, they'll have an opportunity to connect. So this is our mission. We don't know how people really react. If they just take it very lightly or just enjoy coming to an event, you know, think of that, not on that magnitude. That's possible. But we shouldn't worry about that. We should really try to bring the people so that they will have a chance. If we don't bring them, they don't even have a chance. If we bring them, it's up to them, to their ancestors and to their own conditions of goodness throughout their lives. But that's not all. We want to bring people also, send a delegation to Korea, but the vision is not, again, fulfilling some quotas or numbers. But our prayers are that people can have a first-time experience with two parents and something can click in the vision. So today, Corel explained, and we've watched directly what True Mother have spoken. Very simple, very clear, isn't it? True Mother said, we cannot turn a blind eye on humanity. We're not talking just Korea or America or Africa. On humanity, we cannot turn a blind eye. It's not optional. We cannot. Welcome, Nurit. So, what does it mean? I want to, it's a theme that we are repeating it in various angles. Yeah, let's keep our focus. Various angles. But I want to talk very frankly to you. When you look at world problems, there are issues to take care of. If there is a place without clean water, we need to make effort to give clean water to the people. Otherwise, they die. Same if they don't have clean air or clean soil, right? So we need to solve it. If there are sicknesses, we need to find a cure. And these things are not easy, not easy. If you try to do anything in chemistry, you need to experiment. You don't find it right away. You may have a theory. You try many times. So there's a lot of areas, realistic areas that needs to be tackled in order to make this world really a beautiful, healthy, happy world of freedom, of happiness, of prosperity for all people. But the fundamental problem is our mission, let's say, is dealing with the fundamental problem, which is the core of humanity itself. This is our role. So again, do we need scientists? Absolutely. Do we need environmentalists? Yes. Do we need technicians, engineers? Yes. They are all out there and all have a mission to improve the world. But we have a specific mission to fix something that is in the core of the human heart. There is a problem in the human heart. You all know that there is enough food around the world. Anybody disagree with that? The capacity, the technical capacity of this world to produce food is to feed the world over. We can feed the world time and a half. So there isn't any logical reason for people to go hungry. So what is the problem? It's in the heart. If someone, we are tainted. And so as a result of that, we misuse the distribution or the production or whatever. There are reasons, but those reasons come from some problems in the heart of the human being. So that is our specific area of domain or calling from God. So if you follow the point, I'm not saying we have the only solution and all other is not important. All other is extremely important, but it's impossible if we don't change the human heart. Everybody knows that even if we have a great invention, it can be used in a very bad way, right? Internet is not bad. It's a system of communicating the world, but you can use it in a very bad way or in a very good way. So this is what we are up to. So the whole idea of transforming humanity through reconnecting to God and through the blessing is for fixing that fundamental part, which is the heart. True love. We have to transform from false standard of love, which is self-centered, to true love, which is centered on others. Not as a slogan, but as a real natural environment. Knock on every door in this house, in this building, or in the neighborhood, and you'll find the same welcoming heart of the people, and everybody embraces you as part of their family. If that is the case, we fulfilled our mission. If that's not the case, we're still on the way. So this is our specific calling. That's why you're here. We are here because you were called by God. Nobody is asking if we want it. Nobody asks if it's easy. That's not the issue. That's a calling. Any prophet in the past had an easy life. Say, wow, really, I want to be a prophet. I'll be welcome with everyone. Everybody knows the history of prophets. Anyone have some, read some stories in the Bible. I don't think any of them had a easy path. They're always rejected. Why? Because they tell you that you need to fix what? Yourself. Who wants that? I'm very willing to fix others. To fix myself, forget it. It's difficult, right? So it's whenever somebody calls for self-reflecting, for changing, or points out even that we are failures, what do we want to do? Kill him. That's what you do. You kill your prophets. Look at history. So it's a serious task. So our mission is really in a way of love, because we don't have a method. We can't force anyone. We have to be respectful, all people and all views. But with the ways of love, we have to try to inspire them to find the original heart. So this is our complex task, really. And so that's what we have to do. We have to make that, you want to call it revolution of heart, whatever. But I think you get the message. It's not too complicated. We have to work continuously until substantially the heart of people opens up and become a heart of love to one another. We're in a volatile area. Those of you who follow news, you know that something just happened a couple of days ago in this area. Things may erupt. We don't know, because it depends on many people's portion of responsibility. So it cannot be just predicted easily. But nevertheless, whatever happens, we need to continue. Hopefully things can go in a very peaceful course. That's what our hope is. Sometimes there are conflicts, but we need to have an absolute resolution to work until that transformation becomes real. Also, we've been witnessing, I think also Rachel and Eliezer remember when we started the work with ACLC, I would say that their birth was not only in America, but their birth was also here in Israel. I'm not just saying it for randomly, but it was really kind of a special process that have developed here. Even that was pre-UPF establishment. UPF was 2005. Right? That was still kind of the formation of IFWP. Things were in the building. But the ACLC movement that started and had gone through a lot of difficulties in America, it wasn't a mainstream. We went to small churches and we are, supported by not the mainstream pastors in the US. Right? But you've seen on the stage some of the people that started with us, like Archbishop Starling. We know the beginning, before he received blessing, everything. All the steps here. So we went together through certain kind of birth pains together. And so much of it, and I think that was the reason True Father sent them here 2003 to bury the cross and to crown Jesus and do all these processing, was to give them that rebirth in another context, spiritual rebirth, so that they can find their calling. And so now it's mushrooming on a much larger scale. But is that all? Is that just something for Christianity? Not. And I want to follow also what Corel enlightened us. He talked about 1954, the Holy Spirit Association for Unification of World Christianity. Please remember, that was a temporary organization. something didn't function. That foundation was made by Christianity, didn't work. So we had to establish another kind of indemnifying body. And that's why the members went through a really difficult course in the early days. Unbelievable. Course of hunger, course of difficulties, incredible persecution. But even at that time, True Father vision was not limited to Christianity. That was the pre-step. It should have been the unification of world religions. But the first step was, okay, that foundation fell down. You know, you're standing on something, the stages collapse. So you patch it up first and stand on that foundation. But the idea was to welcome entire world religion. So in my humble understanding, the WCLC, you know, it's the world. So based on Christianity, but we had representatives from all other religions as well. But that has to continue. Religion needs to become functional again. Does that sound a little bit too much? What is the purpose of religion? Sorry? Yeah. I mean, what is the point to, you know, we come here in this nation, our main mission has to deal with Judaism. An incredible religion that sustained unbelievable, difficult history. But it has to fulfill its purpose. Otherwise, there is no meaning to the difficulty. However, you have beautiful tradition. You can light 7 candles or 17 candles. You can have that tradition or this tradition. The fact itself is not in what kind of external format you have created, as beautiful as it is. Or in Christianity, you have these amazing cathedrals. You've been to Milano, you've seen the Duomo, we went there together, right? They're amazing things. Yeah, I mean, in external maybe of architecture, maybe Europe went, you know, incredible stuff. But that's not the goal. That's the housing. But what is the goal? What we're talking about? Unless humanity is reinstated in the proper position as sons and daughters of God. Who? Everyone. Beyond religion. So religion is the tremendous vehicle, educational system, whatever you want to call it, to help our heart come back to the proper position. But if it's not doing that, then we got to wake up. So Judaism too, what is the point now that conservative and reform and orthodox are at each other's throat? Who is the real flag bearer? I know the best. I'm doing the right thing. Come on, wake up. So we have to do our own, you know, they did in America, ACLC. We have to unite the Jewish people here. But uniting them is not just to be nice, you know, be nice to each other, you know. Why don't you love your brother or sister? Yeah, that's okay. That's a good start. But we can unite if we understand the mission of this religion. The mission is not just to be there, or to be the first, or to be number one, or to be, that's not the issue. We have to find our respective contribution to make this world better, isn't it? Whether you're a Buddhist, a Sikh, a Jew, a Christian, a Muslim, a Druze, whatever. The issue is not of horizontal competition. Who is better? Who is older? Who is smarter? Who is a nicer tradition? It's wonderful. If you love your tradition, it's good. Probably you come from that tradition and your ancestry come from there, so there is something in your heart for it. That is a good thing. But how to fulfill the overall purpose, centering on the same God, on the same heavenly parent. And that's the message of True Mother. She's not trying to make uniformity. Unity and uniformity are not the same. Am I correct? English, native English speaking? Yeah. So we have to throw away this idea of conversion in terms of gaining numbers for your own selfish gain. That's a serious point. Be careful. Selfish gain means that if I make, you know, some money or power because I have more membership, then I have to transfer from the other group to come to my group so that I have more people so that they'll give me more monthly payments. Come on, this is not the right heart. I reject it. Do you understand? It's not the point. The point is enlightening other. Have a heart of love and pass on the heart of love of other. Whether from you choose your path, this is up to you, between you and God and your conscience. But our mission is to ignite that original heart so that you can feel the same calling and you become a good person and your heart is filled with love and love all of your brothers and sisters and neighbors regardless of their color, ethnicity, culture, nationality, whatever. You're much better. We have here the replicas are much better than the original. Already you see them growing, right? So yeah. So and I'll take Rachel's point. You know, that's actually what we need to do is not to you know to duplicate the heart. I think that's what she means in essence. We need to duplicate that heart, and in the various different shapes and forms, how you look, or we all look different, and we have all each their beauty, but we have to transform or to duplicate that heart and pass on to the different communities. If each community have the calling to contribute something for a better world and to take care of their brothers and sisters, the world will be fixed in a very short time. Regardless of this big problem, what shall we do? The earth is heating up. Ridiculous. These things can be easily dealt with. You don't need to live by a volcano if it's going to erupt. Just move to somewhere. There are many solutions, okay? We have wisdom. We have ways to deal with most of the problems. The only problem is that our heart is not in the right place. That's why we stumble and we make trouble to each other most of the time. So this is really, I believe now, beginning 2020, let's multiply the heart. Multiply that heart and introduce your mother exactly as she is. She's saying, she's giving that message. And I think we should, and we will do it here in this nation. And I don't care about, you know, without difficulty, people are more closed, more open. They are what they are. That's what we have. This is our people. That's where we are born. Did any one of you decide where you're going to be born? If you know, let me know the secret, how you did it. Did you decide in advance if you're going to be a boy or a girl? Well, somebody decided, right? So I think we need to accept who we are, where we are born, what our mission is, and fulfill it. So the final point is, let's take responsibility ourselves. I think when we watched your mother and like this, it's truly heartwarming to see how much she walked. But let's grow up. Enough, you know. She's 77, and she's done so much. It really wearing out. And we don't need to just hang on like little kids and see, wow, great she's doing. We know what we need to do. Do we need more words, more explanation? No, we need to gather around, find a way, figure out a way, solve problems. Yes, there's a lot of problems. We need to solve them. Get together, use our heart, use our mind, use our brains, and good unity among us. And then we can move things forward. So we're not waiting for some kind of a external miracle to happen. We want to create those day-to-day miracle by working hard, investing ourselves, praying a lot. Pray. There are problems, okay? But pray, ask God, I want to help this, I want to do that. I pray, help me, guide me. It's okay. You're not praying for selfish gain. You're not praying to win a lottery for yourself, so you spend it for yourself. You're praying, even if you need money, and we all do so with the right heart. Is there something wrong to pray for money if the motivation is right? The problem when it's very corrupted, you know, I want to do it on account of someone. I want to have his stuff. These are bad things. We don't want to do that. Or just to gain things without any effort. That's not good. But if we ask God, you know, I want to, we have a shop, we pray, I want to have greater, triple, 10 times more results, and what I have to do for it? Then maybe we get certain inspiration in a practical way. You understand? I'm not looking for miracles without effort, but the prayer means to change myself so I can believe more, so I can be more clear what I need to do. Then prayers are practical, and not, do you understand? It's not a religious thing. It's a living thing. You pray when you walk, you pray on the bus, you pray when you're, like Corey taught us, to pray in the shower, right? Whatever. Your expression of wanting to do something good, then God has to come. Will God answer you if you call him or not? Why? Why should he answer you?
He wants the best for us, that's why.
That's right. But why should he answer you? Because you are his children. Never, ever doubt that. Right, Mickey? Do the small children have an issue with that? They do? They struggle? Yes. Because in this environment, not easy for us to feel that we are God's children. So this should be your calling. Fight for their life to make sure that they know that they are God's children. And no one tell them anything else. And that's true not only for you, but actually for every person. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, 100,000 generation, yeah, whatever. They're all God's children. So they're not easy to convince because the society is sometimes so disheartening. But fight spiritually to give them life. Young people, you are God's children. Right, Josh? You're absolutely God's son. You're a wonderful God's son. No one can take that away from you, no matter what.
Josh is the best. Whatever you ask him, he says absolutely yes.
You see? So let's learn from him, from his, kind of responsive, beautiful heart. Yeah. Okay? So we are God's children, and we're going to do it. And don't worry about struggles. Don't worry about mistakes. Don't worry about questions. They're all there, but that's okay. We're an image of God, right? So we'll tackle with it one by one until we solve all issues. Say them? Yalla. So let's do it. Oh, of course. Can we do without Eliezer adding? Well, we'll do it formally. So thank you, everyone. Let's have a wonderful 2020.
Thank you very much, Hod. Power. Okay, let's invite up our wonderful elder brother, Eliezer.
I love you, Luke, because you invited me. I can tell you that, okay, Rachel, what? Stronger speak? Okay, loud. It's my better half always telling me how to speak. She's never listening what I say. She's always looking how I behave. At home, she's asking me, what did I say? What did you speak? What did you say? I would like to underline the fact that all the leaders you have seen here, the first row, all of them have been here in Jerusalem. We met them all thanks to our national leaders' initiative and leadership and responsibility. It was unique in history of humankind. One who has not experienced the period of their visits 45 times from all the continents led by them doesn't realize what history means, the value of history. Mr. Kim, Dr. Kim, suddenly he is approaching us, Raquel and myself, and tells me, would you allow me spend some time with your better half, with Raquel? Then I say, okay, if you wish. And Raquel says, what do you want, Dr. Kim? I want to understand deeper and much better the people of the Holy Land. Please, can you lead me, Raquel, into homes, private homes, as much as you want and as much as you can? And she did it. And then she says, what, you want me to teach you what these people are? Yes, teach me, come with me. And Rachel took leadership. I didn't see her something like for 2 days or so. And she went with Dr. Kim from home to home, from home to home. Whenever we meet him, he cannot forget his experience. I've been there. I've seen them all last year. Everyone there, all these leaders are mentioning with such a loving heart their experiences here in Jerusalem and all over the Holy Land. It was half a year ago, Dr. Jenkins is calling me because we all know we are quite friendly, calling me and says, Dr. Glaubach, can we have a, איך קוראים לזה? שיחת ועידה, a conference call with some ACLC churches. Would you bless us from Jerusalem? Then I said, listen, Dr. Jenkins, when? Can we have it 10 minutes later? Because I'm having now in my hands, I'm eating a portion of falafel and walking on the footsteps of Jesus. Say, oh, keep a piece of it for me too, Dr. Jenkins. He is a great star. And you see, Dr. Jenkins, great lover of our chapter, great admirer, and he helps a lot directly and indirectly. I know this. And all of them, thanks really to my younger brother, Hodben Zvi, thanks to him, these really profound connections have been created with all the leaders of UPF in the world, and especially with the leaders of ACLC, which is now CLC or so. Yeah, WC, yeah. They changed just the first letter. World ACLC. We had World Connection, yes. We missed them, Raquel, yeah. I'd like to tell you that this ACLC and World ACLC movement accepts all kind of religions. In addition to Christian majority of movements, religious movements in the world, they accept all kind of sects and religions for the sake of, I understand, this is what I understand, for uniting, for unification, as you mentioned, Corey. This was the main thing. Okay, Father, I read in history, the Father tried, he actually used the word unification for the purpose of uniting, unification, uniting all denominations in Christianity, and he probably meant uniting all humankind. It's not an easy mission. It's almost mission impossible, but he believed, and our mother believes, that this is possible, and that's why she says, don't look back. And I say in anger, look forward with love. Thank you. Bravo.
Thank you, Eliezer, for your wonderful words. That will be all for today. We'll wrap it up here. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating. We'll move on probably for our regular schedule of some sort of coffee and some sort of desserts or something. Yes, so thank you very much. We have a bit of everything. We're very lucky. We're global citizens here. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you again next week. Bye-bye.